So another episode of Linux out of the box, and this time we're going to do Pop OS 22.04. And what we're going to do is just do it on this machine, which is pretty standard, it's newish type thing, 96 XT. And then what we actually do is we basically do a clean install, see if you can play a game, Steam, word processor, OBS, all the basic stuff. Now, if you're coming from a Windows or Mac world, it's really, really easy. Now, Linux is a far better operating system, to tell you the truth, but it can be tricky. So I'm trying to find the best one. And I mean, there's lots of people say there's great ones with functionality, but, let's just go through it. So this is Pop OS. Now, this is a derivative of Ubuntu, I believe. And it's the very latest ISO that I've pulled down, Intel 56. So off we go. Okay, let's try and install it. And you're going to get a lot of gubbins, not stuff flying up on the screen now. Yeah, so it's an interesting one, this. I mean, if you look at how you install Windows, it's like an epic, right? Isn't it? There's lots of things to disagree and agree to, but it's quite simple and it works, it just works a lot of the time. Mac, it does as well. You've got your Apple tax because you've got to run it on one of those machines. But it does, it's very seamless and it just works. Now, Linux, Unix, all these kind of things have been around for years and they're getting so much better. And, they are beginning to creep into the public domain, especially with the Steam OS, which is beginning to push into the gamers world. And that, oh, and we're in. So anyway, here we go. Let's have a look what we've got to do here. So system updates available, and there's my installer. So English, do I do that? Do I do my system updates? So this is one of the things, if you watch this, update it, open the store up, I don't know if I did that on purpose. When you do an installation for Windows or even with Mac, it's literally you're spoon-fed all the way through. And even with installing software, you're spoon-fed. And here we go. So let's select English. United, is it English? Or is it English? There it is, English. And then select an English UK and select. Now I'm going to do a clean install. Okay, great. Click on that. Select the drive. I'm doing it to external one there. Erase and install. Brilliant. Oh, full name. Let's call myself Q. Password. My password's a palindrome. Okay. It's a nice interface, isn't it? And then I don't want to encrypt anything, but you can. I suppose that's like BitLocker or whatever. Disk encryption, which is great. I suppose I'm just not going to do it now. And what have I got? An error. Okay. Good start. Okay, so we should try installing again, maybe, I think. Let's try it again from scratch. Let's give it a go and see if we can get it on there. Try again. Clean install. Yep, that's right. Same drive, not the Patriot, that's the installation USB. Yeah, got that. Not going to do encryption, don't encrypt, and we're off. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there, but it didn't like it. So Pop is like a Debian Ubuntu distribution. It's a brilliant computer company in America called System 76, and it's their thing. And I think there's and they develop it and they put it on their machines if you want an experience. That's why it looks really quite polished. But does it work? I mean, I don't know if I've got an AMD 9060 in here. This is the falling down one thing. AMD cards are brilliant on Linux to a degree, but can be tricky. So this is quite a new card. But if you were buying, you buy a new computer and you want to go, okay, this is the moment when I switch to Windows, switch from Windows to Linux. You want it to work. So let's see what's going on. Installation finishing up. Installation, and it's done. Jesus, that's quick. Restart device. No, that's far faster than a Windows installation. Failed to unmount something. I'm going to reboot. I'll get back in and we'll have a look. Okay, a bit of rebooting going on here. Taking its time. Some of them do download stuff from the internet in the background. Here we go, back in. Some of them do download stuff in the installer to bring it up to the most up-to-date versions, and some of them, I mean, I've just got the latest ISO, so I shouldn't really have to do that many updates. Here we go. Here's my user. It's very slick, isn't it? Okay, my password super strong. And we're in. Feels quite snappy as well. And there we go. It's trying to give me, I've got an update to do straight away. And okay, I should do that maybe. I think the thing with these is I'll do all the updates before I start playing. What's that? What even is that? What even is that? Don't know. Install and reboot. Let's do that. Don't know what that is. Oh, something insecure. Insecure. I mean, it's great if you know what this is about, but I don't actually know what that means. So, but obviously you should do it. So let's do that. That's rebooting. And then let's see how quickly it boots back in again. Now, Windows boots pretty snappily now. It didn't used to. But some of the Linux distros, they're really quick. And we'll have a look at that. It's waiting, doing its thing. And are we back? We're back. All right, so let's do that. And yeah, remember, like I'm a Windows user, so I don't know what I'm doing. Or Mac user, so I'm completely used to everything just working. Workspaces, not sure what that means, but the time on the left. So I don't want any complications. I don't want to be going into console. I just want to use the machine and do some work. I don't have gestures. Nice. Wi-Fi, let's stay on thingy. Yeah, let's do some location privacy. Time zone, I'm in London. The real London. There's other Londons. Well, London, so they're London and Canada. Oh, they can have that, like the Canadians are nice. Yeah, okay, next. And on accounts. Oh, Foursquare. Yeah, Foursquare. Does that even exist? Okay, skip and start using POP. So let's have a look around. Let's see what we can do in here. Okay, so we've got all our stuff at the bottom. Show launcher. Okay, show workspaces. Okay, here we go. There's all our stuff. What do we got? Utility system. Disk usage analyzer. I mean, you don't really, with what Windows or Mac, you sort of have to dig deep, don't you, to get to this stuff. This is a bit more on the surface to get to these kind of things. Okay. What have we got? System. I've done that one, have I? System, yeah. Office. Okay. So I've got LibreOffice straight on there. Good to go. Come back to that. Pop Shop. Okay, so this is your app store, basically. I've obviously got some updates I need to do. Here we go. It's telling me I've got some updates. At the top there, updates and install them. Don't know what for. 3 operating. So, okay, so the operating system updates are actually in the App Store. Well, so is Mac, isn't it? Okay, anyway, whilst let's go on. LibreOffice. Office Writer. I've got, which word processor. So it's literally like Office for nothing. I don't know if it's the functionality. But sure, I'm sure you could get through if you don't want to spend any money on anything. This is the way to go. What else we got? System. Oh, up to date. I say up to date in the background. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so that was quick. Now I should really reboot, I think, here, but let's just give it a go further. See, because I mean, for the email app. Okay, that's already installed. Pop Shop. Checking for updates. And what else we need? So let's install some stuff. Let's put something on here, shall we? Let's have a look. All sorts of things. Steam. Okay, let's install Steam. Put that on there. And we want to do OBS as well, if I can find it on here in a minute. Steam installer. Steam launcher. What's that? Steam devices. Provides Steam-related hardware for Steam controllers. Okay, that's cool. But realistically, you need these shops to be super simple, don't you? You know, right now there's a list, and you have to drill down a level. They could lay this out a bit better, couldn't they? Like on the App Store, where you've got a really good description. I mean, I want to put OBS for some video capture and some streaming, and there it is. That's cool. Install. Yeah. 31.2, I don't know what the latest version is, but that's pretty good. So that'll be waiting. So I'm installing Steam and OBS. What can we do whilst we're waiting for those things to install? Files, that's the file system. That's pretty good. Looks like usual, rubbish bin. That's pretty standard, isn't it? You see on any OS, documents, downloads, music, pictures, video. What else have we got going on here? Ventoy. That's my USB. There we are. That's what's on my USB. All the ISOs. Oh, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna copy over DaVinci Resolve and my special installer file, and basically install it. Now, I want to do something with creatives as well. So basically, DaVinci Resolve works on Linux. Brilliant. There's a free version and a studio version, but it's a pig to install. So I wrote these scripts, and this is the universal script, and there's a bit of ProRes there, just to get around the problem with encoding. I wrote all these scripts. You can find them on the channel. It's like universal installer, and it installs pretty much, has a go at installing DaVinci Resolve for you easily on pretty much any Linux distro. So, okay, Steam's appeared. What are we waiting for now? OBS, aren't we? Is OBS there anywhere? Utilities? Office? No. Library, home? I'll get OBS in a second. No. OBS. Where are you? Where are you? Okay. It's nearly going. Now, here we go. Looking at the, what's that? Launch using discrete graphics card. That's interesting. I think Windows you can choose which graphics. I have got 2 graphics cards, but one of them's disabled. It's got the Ryzen 9's got 610M or something on it. Now, the big thing with Linux, and I've got an AMD card, is the hardware encoding. It's really tricky to access it on AMD. If this was NVIDIA and pop to a special NVIDIA download, you use NVENC. And NVENC is really simple. Then you get access to the hardware encoding. It's really simple. And with Resolve as well, it's really easy to access the encoding. AMD not so much. So there's a special sort of plugin. Okay, OBS is installed. There's some plugins you get, but I mean, it's doable. Depends, but you don't really, remember, we don't want to do anything extra with this. There we go. Settings, power off and on. You're going to do a restart. Well, good boy. I'm going to do a restart. That's fair. So I've installed some software. I'm going to restart the machine, because this is one of the things with Linux. You do need to do restarts and stuff. I mean, mind you, with any software installation, you really should do a restart, because you don't know what it's done. And it could have done anything. But I mean, hopefully a good thing. But you want to make sure that you install it, and when you install it, you do a reboot. Okay, so we're back in. So let's try. What are we going to try first? Let's get back in. Super secure machine. We're back in the pot. Pretty snappy, isn't it? Okay, nice. Okay, what we're going to try first? Let's try OBS. And so no hardships. Okay, that does that every time. Just do it for recording. Next, does a test. And when we go into the settings in a second, you'll be able to see immediately if the encoding's set up. Now it does FFmpeg, but there's a thing called VAAPI, which gets installed on some systems, on some distros, and allows you to access the hardware encoders. Okay, settings, have a look. Output. There goes video, software. Nope. Nothing there. Down the bottom, have a look. Nope, it's all software encoding. Now, it's not so bad on, let's see if it's in here, FFmpeg, VAPI, H.264. Now, I know the card can do H.264, the card can do AV1. But I mean, yeah, so, okay, works. No problem there. Launch that. I could probably do some screen capping. Let's do Steam. Okay. And now, this is going to be a real, oh, what's going on? Missing permissions. Okay. Steam devices package. All right, fair enough. Now, this is going to be a recurring theme with Steam. The first time it starts, it's a game of chance. Some distros, it works straight away. Sometimes it's doing this. It's like, what's Steam going to do? Should we do it again? Is it going to come up? Is it going to launch? It's very strange. And I did something just now. If you start, it comes up and tells you Steam's running around. Now, on Windows and Mac, it just starts and you get indication it's working. But for some reason, I've done it every single time I do this. It's sort of just anyway. I'm going to go. Steam is running in the background, but it's not launched yet. But it does this on a couple of the distros. It does this weird thing where it sort of like hangs around a bit. Some of them not, but this one it does. And we've got all our settings and stuff in here. Privacy, sharing displays, enabled, mouse, trackpad, all of it's down there. OS upgrade and recovery. Let's have a look at that. Oh, and then there it is. Steam's decided to launch itself. Okay, great. There it is. There's the thing. That was weird. It just no indication it's going to do it. Okay, let me get my phone thing. And I think we're in. What happens next? Is it going to do it? Is it going to launch? It's a waiting game. And we're off. Okay, so, not too bad. Bit of a, wasn't sure whether it launched. I mean, that was long enough for you to go, what am I doing? Loading user data. Now let's get rid of that. I've got no mates. Home, and let's put Dredge on there. It's a small download. And just to get a game running, make sure that it works. Now, obviously, Steam, big part of Linux now, it's got basically a Proton compatibility layer. There we go, Proton Experimental Steam Runtime, which allows you to run Windows games via, I've got the look, I'm checking out the refresh automatic settings, which allows you to run Windows games on Linux, and you don't lose too much performance, probably maybe 5 frames per second, 10 frames per second, depending what it is. Some functionality is a bit tricky, like Doom Dark Ages with things like FSR, and what else is a bit tricky? Upscaling. No, it's frame generation. It's a bit funny on this. They get on about screen. So you've got, all the stuff you need. Just like a normal operating system. Now, I don't think I've done anything tricky so far. We've done a few updates. This is pretty solid though. I get away with it. I've not done any. Oh, why am I on balanced power? We could be on max power all the time. Let's not save anything here. Sound sharing. Right, desktop. It's quite familiar, like with Windows, isn't it? And they've all got similar functions, all the operating systems. And what's going on with Steam? We're there. We've got a bit more to wait. Downloading data. Now, really, yeah. So I don't want to do. There's extra stuff you can do to get Steam to be more compatible, and I'll touch upon it on some other operating systems. But it isn't something you do off the bat, is it? It's basically, I don't have to do anything extra on Windows. I don't have to do anything extra on Mac. I just click it and I can play it, and that's what we need to get from Linux. So I can word process, I can OBS, I've got some email. Okay, let's click this and see what happens. Because basically that's going to go any second. Downloading 3 items completed. And then I must have wandered off. There you go. I'm just doing, because I'm doing a voiceover on this. I must have wandered off to go and get a cup of tea because this was going to take for ages. So while there's no pictures, I should, we'll just talk. Or we'll just listen to what's going on here. Come on. Where am I? I'm nowhere near the keyboard. I'm going to come back any second. I should edit this out. I can't be bothered. Here we go. I'm back. So there we go. Click play. And now this should launch the game. But we've got a giant black screen. Okay, so that's not great. That's not a friendly user experience now. And obviously, if you're on Linux, how do I get out of this screen? How do I get out of this screen? I found an interesting thing. If you hit there's like a button on the keyboard, just to make sure it's not crashed, you press it's the calculator button. So any second I may bring up the calculator. That's not working, is it? And bring up the calculator. Just to check. Now I know the mouse is moving. There it is. I found the calculator button. So Control-Delete and it logs you out. There you go. And log out. Okay. And then we'll log back in again. Obviously some graphics problem going on there. And we're back. We're black screening? No, we're not. So yeah, so let's just try that again, maybe. I think. Let's have a look. Files. Oh no, I think we moved on. I think we decided not to do that. Let's do a quick, have a go with DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so yeah, so what you have to do is download my script. It's on one of the, if you look at my video channel, you can find it. And then you just do this, chmod, drag over the run file, and then that makes it executable. Now, I mean, you shouldn't, this is a bit beyond simple installation, but this is as easy as I could make it. And then you run the package. You have to have the Resolve file in the downloads folder. Then you just go through my script here, hit yes, takes a bit of time, it checks all dependencies. Now, it's pretty successful, this. It works on quite a few. I know when I was testing this on some platforms, because they change the distro so much, it can get broken. So if you do see it's detected, it's a Debian-based installer, because you've got SUSE, Debian, Arch, and RHEL, which is Red Hat, and Fedora. Fedora's RHEL, isn't it? So yeah, so it works on a lot of them. But obviously there's the problem with Linux is there's so many offshoots to this that people tweak it so it can make it broken. But people have had a lot of success with it. The Linux Mint one went down really well. They managed to, a lot of people have done it on Mint and in the Ubuntu version. And even some weird distros like Catchy. Yeah, so hang on, it's going to scan it. And then it should, at the end of this scan, takes a bit of time, it'll launch the installer. Here we go. It expands it, extracts it. Now, the big problem with this is the AMD drivers. Now, if you're using NVIDIA and you're doing this, this will work completely perfectly. However, you have to do some serious tweaking to get the AMD cards to work. It's all about OpenCL, which is what the AMD cards need, or Resolve needs to do this kind of stuff. Plus, you don't get the hardware encoding. So me doing this on here, I mean, it's going to work probably, but I won't be able to get any picture, and I won't be able to get this. So realistically, if you want to use Resolve, I hate to say this, AMD, so it's trying to, but it can't do it. It won't be able to set up the OpenCL for it. But so it's ready to go. So it just won't work. Now you get that X on the icon at the top there, and all you need to do, I'll do this in a second, is right click on it and then go allow launching. Okay, now we can launch Resolve. There we go, we're in. Continue. Skip it. And it's launching. Now it won't work though. It will, but you'll get a picture and you'll get a crash. So we can go in. Now remember I did that bit of media in the videos folder. There it is, look, black picture. It's because the OpenCL is not working. So the next thing is, what's going to happen is, yeah. Now, you can tell if it's broken. You quit it. Okay, I'll save it. Or don't save it. Save it. Give it a name. And what will happen now is when I relaunch it and I try and access that project, it will crash. And this is all down to the OpenCL driver. So, I mean, work for me is to I've got to try and find a unified way to get OpenCL on all these platforms. So my driver, my little thing, I'm just going to quit it because it's going to crash. So my little script can help everybody get this on AMD machines, because it's really weird. I mean, it used to be great on a Mac with those AMD cards, Resolve, but you know, but I mean, you can't get access to the encoders. You need to do some really specific things. So it's a project for me to try and get it to work properly, but you just won't get the hardware acceleration, I don't think. You can with NVIDIA. Anyway, look, that's enough of me speaking. There you go. So not so bad. Pop, beautiful looking thing. Pretty good. Steam didn't work. But I don't know, that's an 80%. Anyway, thanks for watching.